boy again, Chris, here back with some more Chris Wrestling Views. Today you guys are going to be doing my WWE Elimination Chamber, reaction video and, give my viewpoints over the show of what happened last night. Was doing a live stream last night, you guys, with Rated R for wrestling last night, so I didn't get a chance to do mines, but I'm also going to drop that link down below in the description so you can check the live stream that him and I talked about. And so let's drop down now to the WWE Elimination Chamber pay-per-view results and all that good stuff. So we're going to get down to the pre-show. The pre-show, basically, it was Mustafa Ali versus John Morrison versus Ricochet versus Elias to take the spot of Keith Lee in the WWE United States Championship title match that was going to be on the main show. Keith Lee wasn't able to compete. He wasn't medically cleared by WWE officials. So the match ended up with John Morrison. John Morrison ends up rolling up Mustafa Ali to pick up the win because they had Ricochet on the outside. The Retribution had Ricochet on the outside, basically decimating Ricochet, and then as Mustafa Ali looks over the rope, Miz rolls him up with the 1-2-3 to be in the triple threat match against Bobby Lashley and Matt Riddle for the WWE United States Championship. Alright, so let's get down here to the first match. First match that happened on the main show was Kevin Owens. It was the SmackDown Elimination Chamber. Was Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, King Corbin, Jey Uso, and Cesaro. Daniel Bryan, of course. That's how, the order went, in the match, you guys. And so basically, Daniel Bryan and Cesaro start. Cesaro was looking incredible in the match and all that good stuff, you guys. First, King Corbin was dominating it, as I said. Well, as I'm saying. First, first couple parts of the match, Sami Zayn, start climbing up on the chamber, trying to get away from everybody. Kevin Owens, Kevin Owens was, of course, in there, and then Jey Uso was the last person to come out of the pie. So Cesaro, makes King Corbin tap out. So King Corbin was eliminated. Sami Zayn eliminated by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens eliminated by Jey Uso. Then Jey Uso eliminated by Cesaro. And Daniel Bryan pins Jey Uso. So it was a pretty okay match, you guys, to say the least. It was a good thing to see Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and Jey Uso, all three of those great competitors, in my opinion, fight and all that good stuff, you guys. So, like I said, pretty incredible match. So I'm going to start doing my ratings, you guys, A, B, C, or D, just like my buddy at Rated R for Wrestling does his by A, B, C, or D. This match right here, I'll have it to give it a B, simply because it was a pretty steady match, pretty steady Elimination Chamber match, and so to see all these great competitors inside of this steel structure, compete and put their bodies on the line and take all those hard falls, to say the least. Even though Daniel Bryan won, I kind of wanted to see Cesaro, face the head of the table, Roman Reigns himself. But so after that match, you guys, it ends up being the WWE Universal Championship match, just as the steel structure was let up into the air. So Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal title. Daniel Bryan locks in the label lock as Roman Reigns try to go for the spear. Then and then next thing you know, Roman Reigns puts Daniel Bryan into the guillotine, and Daniel Bryan falls asleep. Edge then comes out and spears Roman Reigns and points at the WrestleMania sign and says a few words to him, and pointing at the WWE title as Reigns is holding, his stomach and all that good stuff. So it's official, guys. WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, the head of the table, the tribal chief, will be facing the Rated R Superstar, the Ultimate Opportunist Edge at WrestleMania 37 this year. So you guys make sure y'all check that out too. I know most of you guys will, so I don't know why I even said that. All right, so let's get down to backstage. There was Bad Bunny. He ends up slapping the Miz, in the face, and then after then Miz turns around and there's Damian Priest, and Miz walks away and all that good stuff. And there was a glimpse, you guys. I'm gonna tell y'all about this glimpse that I don't know if y'all noticed, if y'all watched the pay-per-view or not, but there was a glimpse of something on Raw, or not on Raw, on the Elimination Chamber last night. All right, so Matt Riddle versus John Morrison versus let's say it like this: Matt Riddle versus John Morrison versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE United States Championship match. So basically, you already know this, you guys. Lashley dominated the whole match. I kind of wish he was, in the Elimination Chamber. That would have been, incredible. But, I'm going to get down to that a little bit later. All right, so Riddle and Morrison, tries to do different strategies to, take Bobby Lashley off his feet. Riddle hits Lashley with MVP's crutch. So basically, John Morrison was out there, talking with MVP, as MVP had one crutch and all you guys, and so that's when John Morrison snatched the crutch from under MVP arm, and then Riddle ends up, Riddle was on the other side. MVP John Morrison brings in the crutch, and then tries to hit Bobby Lashley with the crutch, but ends up missing. Then Riddle gets the crutch and smacks Bobby Lashley in the back as John Morrison had the John Morrison was in a hurt lock, but Riddle ends up hitting the Bro Derek on John Morrison to pick up the 1-2-3 victory. And your new WWE United States Champion, no other than the shoeless guy, Matt Riddle. All right, so let's get down next, you guys, to the fourth match. Well, let me get back and get my rating A, B, C, or D on that. Matt Riddle versus John Morrison versus Bobby Lashley. I have to give that match a C, because it was pretty steady, but at the same time, you guys, Bobby Lashley, he belongs in the WWE title picture for quite some time now. For these past couple weeks, he's been dominating. He's been showing that he wants to be champion, and that was a report, you guys. I didn't post it. Well, yes, I did. I actually did post it. I'm gonna put that at the end of my video so you guys can check that out, where I talked about Bobby Lashley. So he has some unfinished business with Drew McIntyre. So we're gonna see how that goes after I go over the Raw Elimination Chamber results. All right, so yeah. Congratulations to Matt Riddle on picking up the WWE United States title. Fourth match they had last night, you guys, was Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. The match ends up with Reginald coming out with a fine bottle of champagne with a wine glass, and rolls the bottle into Sasha. Sasha is on her knees or whatever, with her her back turned toward, I think it was Nia Jax that was in the ring, and then I think that Reginald wanted Sasha to hit Nia Jax, or was it Shayna Baszler in the ring with the bottle, but the referee said, hey, you can't use that. And then after then, that's when Sasha Banks ended up getting she ends up getting pinned by Nia Jax after getting hit with the Samoan drop. And so we have winners, and still the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Nia Jax and the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler. All right, so you guys, my rating on this match would have to be a C for this one, simply because you already know Reginald was backstage. Reginald was backstage, and he was talking about how he wanted to, give them, give Sasha and Bianca the finest type of champagne on ice and all that good stuff, you guys. And so, with that being said, I'm wondering, did he really cost them the match or what? So, we're just gonna have to see, what is what, you guys. And so yeah, so congratulations once again to Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. So we're gonna see what possibly will happen on Friday Night SmackDown with Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. All right, so going to the last match of the night, you guys, which was the Raw Elimination Chamber match. All right, so first out was Drew McIntyre. Second, AJ Styles. Kofi Kingston comes out next. Sheamus comes out fourth. Jeff Hardy comes out fifth. And Randy Orton come out at last and start staring down at everybody in the pods. And then except AJ Styles. All right, so first, Drew McIntyre comes out the pod first. Then Kofi comes out second and eliminates Orton with a roll up, and Orton RKO's him, RKO's Jeff Hardy. Almost ends up breaking out AJ Styles at the pod. So he was pulling the plexiglass from the outside and broke it. AJ Styles jumps out and runs around. I'm like, what is WWE doing? And then so the referee tells Almost to leave. And then fourth comes out Sheamus. Sheamus was ready. Sheamus was heated. He was ready to come out. He had his back turned toward the ring, and he was like ready. Sheamus bro kicks Kofi. Kofi get eliminated. Hardy then ends up getting eliminated by Sheamus as well. Sheamus bro kicks Drew and AJ's forearm. Well, AJ forearm Sheamus, and AJ gets claymore by Drew McIntyre, and so after then Drew McIntyre picks up the victory over AJ Styles. And then after then, you guys, Bobby Lashley comes down and beat down the WWE champion Drew McIntyre. And out comes Bobby Lashley looks up like this, and then next thing you know, you guys, here comes The Miz with his Money in the Bank briefcase, and then cashes in on that. So the Raw Elimination Chamber, you guys, it was a little bit odd, I'll say the least, because with AJ Styles, it was a little bit different from the SmackDown Chamber. The SmackDown Chamber was a little bit better than the Raw Chamber. I have to give the Raw Elimination Chamber a C, simply because, the way they kind of did things. And let me tell y'all about the key point that I was going to tell you all about how one thing you didn't see backstage, it kind of stayed there for 3 seconds, and then it went away. You didn't hear no talking or nothing. You seen MVP talking to The Miz, and then MVP was talking to The Miz, and then it went on to talk about Fastlane and all that good stuff. So end up Bobby Lashley helping The Miz. So like I said, we may see The Miz versus Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE title at Fastlane. We may see Drew McIntyre versus The Miz. We may see Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. We may see all three. But hopefully, I hope we get to see Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE, title here at WrestleMania, I can say the least. But thank you all for tuning in to Chris Wrestling Views. Haven't did a video since Friday, so this is my video today. Later on today, you guys are gonna be doing the WWE Raw preview. Caption of everything that happened on the WWE Elimination Chamber. Like I said, make sure you check out the 2 videos. I'm going to drop the link down below what I did last night on the live stream with Rated R for Wrestling. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. I'll put the link down below in my description box. Also, you guys, make sure you Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you all want to see on Chris Russell Views, here on Chris Russell Views, all that good stuff. So make sure that you all check me out later on today, and then you know, they're on from there. So thank you all for watching Chris Russell Views here on YouTube.com.